really concerned about telling my parents, which I know a lot of people have mentioned that their parents are pretty religious too, and mine definitely are. So one day I was at home, spring break, my mom just started asking me questions, and finally she just asked me, are you gay? And I was like, yes. And the first thing that came out of her mouth was, after like 5 seconds of silence, was, I don't approve, but I'm not going to tell your father. Well, the next day I was hanging out with my boyfriend at the time. I got a phone call from her, and she said, you need to come home right now. I told your father. And so, of course, I come home and sitting down, and if you can picture a traditional dining room table, I'm at one end, they're at the other, and it was like I had done something bad, like the police had just brought me home, or I graffitied something, or who knows what. And I was sitting at the other end of the table, and they're like, so what's going on? And I was like, well, I'm gay. I've always been this way. I hated it when you put me in sports. You put me in hockey, and I did fantastic in figure skating, things like that. And, it's the way it's always been. And then they went into the whole, what did we do? Where do we mess up as parents? And I'm like, you didn't mess up. You didn't mess up. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm perfectly fine, except for right now. And then at that point, so my mom said, well, obviously you need some professional help, and we're going to get it for you. And there's really no words to describe how awful I felt. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about, when they have a breakup with someone, they go and they talk to their parents. Maybe they don't talk to them a lot about it, but you at least mention it to your mom or your dad, or maybe there's something else that's going on in your life that's bothering you. You're going to get tested, things like that. I could never come home for breaks, Thanksgiving, things like that. I couldn't say anything. I could have had the worst breakup of my life, and I had to put on a face, and I still kind of do for my parents. Went to corrective therapy, though, where they make you straight. Luckily, my therapist was probably the coolest therapist in the world, and I sat down, and the first thing he said is, your mom is crazy. And, it's just, at that point, he said, I asked both your parents if they had to choose between their values and their children, which would they pick? Well, my dad said children, and my mom said values. So it's kind of just been dealing with that and working through it, and thank God for my friends, because I never would have made it through without them. But I don't mean to say that to anyone else that's thinking about coming out or is, concerned or worried. It's just my situation, and I don't regret it. I'm just upset with my parents, but I don't want to take any more time. Thank you.
Oh, I'll find it. There's friends up there.
Where is it? Oh, okay.